come back, whoever you are, come back, Joe. Whether you are an infidel, a Zoroastrian, or an idol worshipper, come back. This court of ours is not a court of despair. Even if you have broken your repentance 100 times, come back. In this poem, it is completely clear that all people of the world can have this come back, except for those who are against the restarters, against the perfect human, or against Sufism and Gnosticism. They will have no word for return. From this poem, it is perfectly clear that even if you are an infidel, a Zoroastrian, or an idol worshipper, there is a path to salvation. But if you are against Sufism, Gnosticism, the perfect human, or space, then welcome to 41, my friend. Welcome to Restart, the most dangerous program after 700 years. Welcome, which is being broadcast as a television film. And for us to broadcast our television live for you, I would have to buy about $50,000–$60,000 worth of equipment and pay $1,000 a week. And there are a series of problems. We are waiting with God's hope to see what happens later. On our television, we broadcast no commercials, nor at your service feature films or other things or subtitled movies until we see what we will do later. I congratulate the Restart kids. It's clear that this time we have a real concern. We have surpassed 500,000, and as we promised you, this program will be presented to you twice a week, starting next week, not this week but the next. Restart will be presented to you on Mondays and Thursdays at 10 o'clock Tehran time, meaning we'll make it 10 a.m. California time, which is 9:30 p.m. Iran time, so that we have time to edit it, and an hour later we want to put it on Telegram for download so other friends can do it too, meaning the promise we made will be fulfilled. So next week, Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m. California time, which is 9:30 p.m. Tehran time, it will be broadcast, and on Saturdays, Shaskul Plus or Good Night Iran will be presented to you. Anyway, we are thankful to those who are making an effort. Our voice is probably now heard in Europe as well, and anyone who wants to help the radio for the program is free and can do this favor if they wish. We thank you. In any case, come back, whoever you are, come back. We explained it very clearly at the beginning of the program. Before we start the Valley of Self-Sufficiency to finish it, let me give you this explanation, which is a very important point. Come back, whoever you are, come back. Whether you are a worshipper, an infidel, a Zoroastrian, or an idol worshipper, come back. In some places, the word infidel has been replaced with ascetic or worshipper, but in this couplet, it is clear that the line is directly pointing out that all people can return, and this court of the perfect human is not a court of despair. Even if you have broken your repentance 100 times, come back. You drank booze, you drank moonshine, come back, no problem. You chased girls, come back, no problem. You wrote a divine book without the permission of the perfect human, and whatever you wrote was wrong. Sheikh Baha'i says it's no problem. Didn't Sheikh Baha'i write? Didn't Muhammad Ghazali write? Haven't so many people throughout history written books without the permission of the perfect human? Didn't they publish treatises and nonsense? But they returned, meaning they came back, meaning they accepted. They accepted that they must return, and they repented. It's no problem. Who are the ones who truly have no path of return? Those who knowingly fight, who know they are standing against Restart, who know what the issue is and still stand and speak. Like many of those who have now, one could say, become high-ranking officials of the regime for themselves, these people have no path of return in the eyes of the perfect human. It's not that the perfect human holds a grudge against you. Look, this sun up there, it's as if you say, Husseini, this sun can't come and, for example, strike this snake that comes to our door with its light. It is not in the dignity of the sun, which gives light to all beings in the universe, to do such a thing. Secondly, if a calamity is to come, and if you had not been silent, no calamity would have descended. You wouldn't protest so much, you wouldn't scream and shout so much. But if you had been silent and a calamity came, well, it takes some people. If that calamity had descended 50 years ago, or 20 years ago, or even 10 months ago, it would have taken everyone. It's no joke. If the sun wanted to touch the earth a little, to increase its acceleration towards itself, If it moved just 10 kilometers towards the sun, that would be it. Everything would change. Come back, whoever you are, come back, Joe. Whether you are an infidel, a Zoroastrian, or an idol worshipper, come back. This court of ours is not a court of despair. Even if you have broken your repentance 100 times, come back. In this poem, it is completely clear that all people of the world can have this come back, except for those who are against the restarters, against the perfect human, or against Sufism and Gnosticism. They will have no word for return. From this poem, it is perfectly clear that even if you are an infidel, a Zoroastrian, or an idol worshipper, there is a path to salvation. But if you are against Sufism, Gnosticism, the perfect human, or space, then welcome to 41, my friend. Welcome to Restart, the most dangerous program after 700 years. Welcome, which is being broadcast as a television film. And for us to broadcast our television live for you, I would have to buy about $50,000–$60,000 worth of equipment and pay $1,000 a week. And there are a series of problems. We are waiting with God's hope to see what happens later. On our television, we broadcast no commercials, nor at your service feature films or other things or subtitle movies until we see what we will do later. I congratulate the Restart kids. It's clear that this time we have a real concern. We have surpassed 500,000, and as we promised you, this program will be presented to you twice a week, starting next week, not this week but the next. Restart will be presented to you on Mondays and Thursdays at 10 o'clock Tehran time, meaning we'll make it 10 a.m. California time, which is 9:30 p.m. Iran time, so that we have time to edit it, and an hour later we want to put it on Telegram for download so other friends can do it too, meaning the promise we made will be fulfilled. So next week, Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m. California time, which is 9:30 p.m. Tehran time, it will be broadcast, and on Saturdays, Shaskul Plus or Good Night Iran will be presented to you. Anyway, we are thankful to those who are making an effort. Our voice is probably now heard in Europe as well, and anyone who wants to help the radio for the program is free and can do this favor if they wish. We thank you. In any case, come back, whoever you are, come back. We explained it very clearly at the beginning of the program. Before we start the Valley of Self-Sufficiency to finish it, let me give you this explanation, which is a very important point. Come back, whoever you are, come back. Whether you are a worshipper, an infidel, a Zoroastrian, or an idol worshipper, come back. In some places, the word infidel has been replaced with ascetic or worshipper, but in this couplet, it is clear that the line is directly pointing out that all people can return, and this court of the perfect human is not a court of despair. Even if you have broken your repentance 100 times, come back. You drank booze, you drank moonshine, come back, no problem. You chased girls, come back, no problem. You wrote a divine book without the permission of the perfect human, and whatever you wrote was wrong. Sheikh Baha'i says it's no problem. Didn't Sheikh Baha'i write? Didn't Muhammad Ghazali write? Haven't so many people throughout history written books without the permission of the perfect human? Didn't they publish treatises and nonsense? But they returned, meaning they came back, meaning they accepted. They accepted that they must return, and they repented. It's no problem. Who are the ones who truly have no path of return? Those who knowingly fight, who know they are standing against Restart, who know what the issue is and still stand and speak. Like many of those who have now, one could say, become high-ranking officials of the regime for themselves, these people have no path of return in the eyes of the perfect human. It's not that the perfect human holds a grudge against you. Look, this sun up there, it's as if you say, Husseini, this sun can't come and, for example, strike this snake that comes to our door with its light. It is not in the dignity of the sun, which gives light to all beings in the universe, to do such a thing. Secondly, if a calamity is to come, and if you had not been silent, no calamity would have descended. You wouldn't protest so much, you wouldn't scream and shout so much, but if you had been silent and a calamity came, well, it takes some people. If that calamity had descended 50 years ago, or 20 years ago, or even 10 months ago, it would have taken everyone. It's no joke. If the sun wanted to touch the earth a little, to increase its acceleration towards itself, if it moved just 10 kilometers towards the sun, that would be it. Everything would change. We're to become infidels. No dust would settle on the robe of his magnificence. This happens in the valley of self-sufficiency. In the valley of self-sufficiency, a person realizes that in the universe, as Rumi beautifully says, and unfortunately they have censored all of this in the existing poems. Let me find it now. They have censored everything. I really don't know. If we were to succeed in saving just this, for example, on websites they have all written, "From non-existence towards existence, every moment, O Lord, there is a caravan in procession." Censored. Now why do they censor this? So that the scientific message in it doesn't become clear. It has a very special message. Rumi says, "From non-existences towards existences," flowing, meaning there isn't just one existence, there are existences. And from non-existences towards existences flowing, every moment 100 caravans arrive. This is in the valley of self-sufficiency. What does this verse really mean? What does it mean? It says a person reaches a stage where they realize that the entire universe, every second, billions of galaxies are annihilated, and billions of galaxies enter the universe and flow into the existences. There, one realizes that they themselves have no value, affection, or gift to think they are somebody. It's exactly like, for instance, let's say one of the officials of the regime is in conflict with me, I'm giving an example, and then at the moment of his death he realizes that all his relatives are with me, they were all my agents. When he breathed he was my agent, meaning I could have told his breath not to come up, meaning when he ate I could have had a virus come out right there and say, "Sir, I am a subordinate of his." I could have killed him. It's very bad. It's like a detective movie. At the last moment, the guy realizes that everyone, his mom was my friend, his dad was my friend, his brothers were my friends, his bodyguards were my friends, everyone around him was my friend. The wall was my friend. That cane next to the wall could have turned into a dragon and eaten him. At that moment, this person realizes that all this time, whether I came and went, said something or said nothing, was silent or not silent, all of it was a game to make a mockery of him, to ridicule him. It's very bad. In the valley of self-sufficiency, a person reaches this stage where they see that whether they exist or not, no dust settles on that divine essence. If all of creation becomes an infidel, infidel means a curtain between truth and foolishness. Atheist, blasphemy means a curtain. For example, the moment you are listening to this program, when you close your eyes, your eyelid becomes an atheist. It is blasphemy. Meaning when you close your eyes, your eyelids put a curtain and you don't see your mother. This is called blasphemy. Atheist means all Muslims are atheists, meaning all Christians and all religions in the world are called atheists. There is a curtain over their eyes so they don't understand the reality of the matter. They don't know there are valleys. They don't know there is Sufism. They don't know the universe at all. They don't know what it means that Attar traveled through 18,000 worlds. They don't know. They have regurgitated some books, memorized them, and are just telling this to people, diverting them from their true path of thought and entering them into another category. Like that time I said it as a joke, but it was serious. Have you ever truly tasted Sufism in your entire life? Just once? Right now, if I say that Cyrus the Great was a Sufi himself, maybe the name at that time wasn't even Sufi, Cyrus. Look at how the world is now pursuing him to understand how much he understood, how much religions enjoyed, how much they enjoyed through this Sufism. You haven't yet tasted our Sufism. You haven't yet tasted the country you could be in and enjoy. In Sufism, children under 15, their parents have no right to tell them what religion is. Meaning, in a Sufi future, a country that reaches Sufism, parents do not have the right to teach their religion. Meaning, above the mosques it will be written, forbidden for under 15. You cannot take a child under 15 to a mosque. Until they reach puberty, you cannot take them to a synagogue. You cannot teach them the Christian faith, the Shia faith, the Sunni faith. Meaning, in the future, for those under 15, children who have not yet reached puberty, you have no right to talk to them about religion. All books until the age of puberty, all books of religions must be cleansed. This is the reality of the future Sufism of Iran. This poem by Shah Ni'matullah Wali that we were reading was just this. Now NASA has announced that after 60 years, the poem of Shah Ni'matullah Wali came out 60 years ago. They announced underneath it, New Zealand and others also confirmed it, that yes, the moon is coming closer. Such a thing has happened after 68 years. Such a thing has happened after 60 years. The issue is beyond this. It doesn't matter what happens or doesn't happen. It's not really that important what happens or doesn't happen. The important thing is whether we die with understanding or just die like this. Everyone has died. 100 years ago, everyone died. The Pharaoh of 100 years ago was opposite the perfect human and died. Go back from the old times. Now I want to start the poem, and you will see what things are in it. In the Valley of Self-Sufficiency, Baba Taher says, one prefers pain and one prefers the cure, one prefers union and one prefers separation. I, from cure and pain and union and separation, prefer whatever the beloved prefers. He is beautifully explaining the Valley of Self-Sufficiency. Hafez explains it even more beautifully. This verse I am reading again, if you search for it on the internet, you won't find it. They've censored it. They've censored everything. I swear to God, if someone had called from the old days through our brother, he was talking about this. He said, what is your pain? I said, it has no pain. If I were to change the Iranian regime just so that Rumi is not censored, I would have done the right thing. If someone tomorrow wants to come and destroy Persepolis, it can be done once. Meaning, once it's destroyed, it's a ruin. Now, if in the midst of this, the Iranian people rise up and kill 50,000 to prevent this wrong from happening, is that not truly just? This is justice. You can protect this Persepolis, our ancient and cultural heritage, just once. Can't we protect these books of Rumi just once so they are not censored? Because, oh Lord, there is a caravan in procession. They have changed this everywhere. What self-sufficiency is this, O Lord, and what a world of wisdom, that there is all this hidden pain and no room for a sigh. Now what have they written there? They've written, what self-sufficiency is this, O Lord, and what powerful wisdom is this, that there are all these hidden wounds. What does hidden wounds mean? This says hidden pain. When your body hurts, where is the pain? It's hidden. Meaning the pain is not in the hidden. It's not in your hidden chamber. Pain and hidden have a conjunction between them. There is a connection. But when your tooth hurts, you don't know where it hurts. It hurts in the hidden, but a place is hurting. Meaning on the surface, a location is hurting, but your whole body is hurting, like the soul. When does the soul come? Sufism played a joke back in the old days, and then these atheists took this sentence and attached it to themselves. The first question Sufism asked of the religions was, Sir, did the egg come first or the chicken? These atheists took this and attached it to themselves. Like many other things, they take it because they are important sentences. It's strange. Was Adam created first or not? Number Adam. First there was a womb and Adam came out. The child is produced first, then the parents. Was the earthworm really the first thing in the universe? Where did the chicken come from? What is my question? I am from the circulation of an electron around a nucleus. What about you? From the circulation of electrons around a nucleus. Bravo. What is wood? From the circulation of an electron around a nucleus. What is iron? From the circulation of an electron around a nucleus. So why can you weld iron with iron, but you can't weld iron with wood? We don't know. Why? We know scientifically why. But that it's so different, so distinct. We are all the circulation of electrons. Beautiful one, everything you see in the universe is from the circulation of an electron. In the valley of self-sufficiency, you go up and realize that everything is a game. Now I will read, and we will see. Everything is a game. It's all a joke. Where does the soul come from? The shape of the body, my mother, where did the soul come into it? How did her soul take shape within it? In the form of particles, in what form? How did the soul enter it? It's an example. Well, neither the religious can answer nor the non-religious. The non-religious, thank God, their minds are at ease. They say nothing exists. It's easy, but they don't know either. Let's go to the valley at your service of self-sufficiency. It says that in the valley of self-sufficiency, Attar has some very strange poems. He explains it very beautifully. I will read a few lines so we can see that the valley of self-sufficiency, I wanted to pass over it quickly, but it's very necessary for our scientific space, yours and mine. We understand the concepts and logic better in these, and that we should tell the story for a night or two to explain what the subject is, what happens in this valley of self-sufficiency, and why a man like Attar of Nishapur says to flee from this valley of self-sufficiency. Why doesn't he say to flee from the valley of love, for example? Well, he says it in another way, but here he explains something else. He says, you must have seen that unwise sage bring a board of clay before himself. Unwise is clear, meaning a sage who points to the difference between literacy and knowledge. That literacy means doctor and engineer and NASA, and knowledge means that which is not related to reading books. Knowledge means it was to be received, not to be learned. So a scholar is this. Now all these ayatollahs you see, no, nothing. So they are not scholars. This is also clear that it's nothing. You must have seen, he says, did you see that unwise sage bring a board of clay before himself? Meaning before? Then he makes that board full of patterns and designs. He brings forth the fixed and the planetary. He says he takes the board and starts drawing planets and such on it. On it he brings forth the heavens and the earth. For that decree he sometimes does this. He brings forth both astronomy and constellations. He brings forth both dissension and ascension. He draws both misfortune and fortune. He draws the house of death and of birth. He refers to the sages, people who were literate during the time of, for example, Moses. They would come with the science of astronomy and such and sit and draw charts and say, well, where does fortune come from? Where does misfortune come from? When does the moon enter Scorpio? He is explaining this. Did you see that sage who sits down to see when a child, for example, Moses, will be born? He looks at the chart. He takes a board, starts drawing on it, draws worlds, the sun, and concludes that in such and such a year, at such and such a second, at such and such a moment, for example, the ascendant of fortune is such, in such and such a place the moon goes into such and such a thing, and something like this happens. He draws both misfortune and the fortune of fortune. He draws the house of death and of birth. When he has calculated the misfortune and fortune from it, he then takes a corner of that board. He says when he calculated when Moses would be born, the board was finished because he had drawn the chart. It's like engineering. He had drawn it. From this knowledge, this little bit of literacy they gave him, he understood that Moses would be born on Monday at 2 o'clock. So he told Pharaoh, dude, give me the money, now go kill the children. He says he shakes it off as if it never was. That whole design, that sign never was. He says he throws this board aside. He throws it aside in a way that it's as if there was nothing in it. A child has drawn a picture, you've torn it up and thrown it out. The fabricated world of that thought is over. The form of this convoluted world is like the form of that board, nothing. Attar in the Valley of Self-Sufficiency is explaining that the entire universe is like drawing a picture on that board, and when you reach that stage, you see the board is not there. You understand that the whole world is a game, like the movie The Matrix. In The Matrix it has its sign too. Remember this. I'll say this and you remember it later. In The Matrix, in one part, Neo would go to a place, in a train station, he would go around and come back to his place. This is the Valley of Self-Sufficiency. Meaning in the movie, Neo, in that sequence of their film, would go, turn around and come back again. He would come in there where that woman, that little kid were standing. In the world of self-sufficiency, it's like this. The universe becomes zero, comes back to its place, turns around again to its place, understands nothing again, and comes back to its place again. The form of this convoluted world is like the form of that board. Nothing, you cannot bear this. Choose a corner, look less and sit in a corner. All men became women here. From both worlds they became traceless here. The meaning of all men became women here is not that men turn into women here, no. Men, as I explained last time, in Gnosticism, men means the men and women who have found the perfect human, and women refers to the men and women who have not found the perfect human. The concept of man and woman in the literature of Rumi, Sadi, and Hafez, whenever you interpret it, you will understand the result is this. This is the meaning. All men became women here. From both worlds they became traceless here. Since you do not have the strength for this path, even if you are a mountain, you are not worth a measured straw. He says we cannot understand. In the next story he says, now, suppose someone is fixated, has found the perfect human, or is from an intelligence agency, or the Ministry of Intelligence, or an official somewhere in a country in the world, has gone and found the perfect human in chains, and has now pressured him saying, sir, I want to understand this place. In the next story, Attar explains this. That fly was going for the sake of a meal. It saw a honeycomb in a corner. He says a fly. A fly in our literature, it's clear. Who do they call a fly? It's bad, a little bad. A Sayyid is called a fly. We also have a Sayyid fly. A scholar is called that. I'm joking. A mullah is called that. A priest, a rabbi is called that, whose place is essentially where he sits, which you know and I know, but you think he understands a lot. Meaning a fly in Gnostic interpretation means someone who is a pseudo-scholar, meaning someone who thinks he understands something, but his place is essentially where he ought to be sitting. He says a fly saw a honeycomb. From the desire for that honey he became infatuated. He cried out, where is a free man? Yahoo! Exclamation mark. He saw the honey and said, the valley of self-sufficiency is so cool. Man, what should we do? I want to go into the honeycomb and see the honey. Who will take a barley corn from this poor me, and in return seat me inside that honeycomb? I'm willing to pay some money. Instead of coming and saying, I was wrong, forgive me, I'm even willing to pay some money for him to explain this valley of self-sufficiency. If the honey said, I saw this honeycomb, who is there to come and take some money, a barley corn from me and put me into this world? A beautiful paradise. This makes a very important point. I told you the other day that humans enter paradise based on their atomic number. You simply cannot enter. This story confirms this. I did good deeds, I did this and that, I fixed their streets and their trash cans. Why am I in hell? Sir, that's not the issue at all. The issue is not that you are a fly. If you are iron, you can weld iron to iron. You cannot weld iron to wood. This is a very important point. In this, he says, where is it? What is it that I can give some money, a barley corn, that he will take a barley corn from this poor me, and in return seat me inside the honeycomb? If the branch of my union grows thus, I will find it better in the honey. Let me go there to see the honey and understand what the essence is and so on, what the concept is. Someone did his work for him, a way out. He let him inside and took his barley corn. He says he took the money. Someone said, go on in. When the fly's business fell with the honey, its feet and hands became stuck fast in the honey. As soon as he went in, he didn't know that man. To go into a honeycomb, you first need to have the legs of a bee, or your pants need to be full of bees so it doesn't stick to you. You need to understand something, that to dive into the sea of existence, into the depths of the oceans, you need an oxygen tank. You have to go in. It's not like tomorrow morning I'll strap on a tank, Mom, and grab you too. Grab her by the hair and pull her in. No, she'll die in 5 minutes. She'll die in 2 minutes. This is not a dive. This is not an exploration, not an investigation. You come and give a theory about monotheism, you go into this same door. This is exactly saying that those who command good and forbid evil, who make decisions in God's place, are exactly like this fly that goes in. What happens? He is explaining what happens. Yes, we command good. Let's bring the defenders of the shrine. He says those defenders of the shrine who are, which shrine are they defending? The shrine of Bashar al-Assad. Or don't devalue the martyrs of the imposed war with fabricated martyrs. We've said this 10 times. When the fly's business fell with the honey. 2 issues, a very important point. First of all, where does honey come out of a bee? Very important. Very important. A whole honey comes out. Honey is an indicator of the bee's servitude. The bee says, come, I have nothing. What is it? Eat me. This thing that has been gathered, this is it. It says, eat this, it is a cure, so that you may understand me. Which Maurice Bucaille also took the trouble to explain. Honey means the knowledge that is in the hands of the scholar, in the hands of the perfect human. Honey means something you give and the guy understands something. When the fly, meaning the mullah, when the fly's business with the honey, with the book of jurisprudence and so on, fell, its feet and hands became stuck fast in the honey. In struggling, its connection became weak, and from thrashing, its bond became tighter. Look at this idiot. He says, this idiot, the more he breathed, the more stuck he got. The more he turned, the more stuck he got. And from thrashing, its bond became tighter. The more he thrashed in this swamp of honey, he got stuck. He cried out, wrath has killed us. My honey has become harsher than poison. He said, sir, we thought that if we read a couple of books and 4 books and the principles of jurisprudence and published a couple of treatises, we would go to God and find something. Now they have stuffed something into his brain he doesn't understand. We think that this honey will understand something, will learn something. He says no. He says now the more he turned, he's stuck in the middle, he's stuck there, and he's screaming that this honey is screwing me over. It's become worse than poison for me. The fly says, the mullah says, he cried out, wrath has killed us, and my honey has become harsher than poison. If I gave 1 barley corn, I'll now give 2. Perhaps I can escape this predicament. He said, man, we messed up, dude. Whatever money I gave, I'll give double. Just pull me out. We explained the story of the donkey. Master, pull me out. They killed him. He said, dude, now. May no one be at ease for a moment in this valley. May the man of this valley be none but the mature. Attar says this is not a valley for any donkey to come into and plunder. This plundering and the buzzing of their flies is for the sweets. These sweets mean government and money and position and post and taking the woman behind the scenes and then coming and sitting like a philosopher and publishing books and talking, putting young people on the pulpit. All the gentlemen philosophers were like this. Now may God have mercy on him or not, because God is not in charge of mercy. These are points you have not yet understood. The perfect human must have mercy around him, because Jesus says, he says, your salvation is with me, dude. If you think someone can do anything in the next world, it's a joke, because the Imam of the time and the Mahdi and the Hadi, that's me. Jesus says it, and the fate of the Jews becomes clear there. Yes, he thinks he'll go there, and God doesn't have time to talk to anyone. No one pays attention to anyone there. Right now, if you want to see a single Trump, you couldn't see him before his presidency. How strange. We're going to see God there. You're going to see God? You're so highly regarded by the universe that you'll go there and see God? In that desert of existence, it takes 50,000 years to see something. You have no leisure even like this. May the man of this valley be none but the mature. You must have reached maturity. You must be cooked. You must have been burned. Once more this valley of his, it is a time, O restless-hearted, that you are passing the time in negligence, and he refers to the heart. He wants to give a conclusion. He is giving the conclusion. So he said, sir, I'll give double. Just pull me out of this cesspool and sewer. When he said this, he got lucky. This is the moment of death. When he said that guy who died, at the moment of his death, he said, pull me out. I'll give double. I was wrong. It's not possible anymore. As long as you are a fly that has entered the arena of the simur, thinking you yourself are a simmer. You thought you were so great. You'll stay like this. It's a time that this heart of yours, you restart, kid. Before restart, you gave this heart to every idiot you had given it. Since there are many human-faced devils, you shouldn't give your hand to just any hand. This promiscuous heart. He says, it is a time, O restless-hearted, that you are passing the time in negligence. A time when you wasted this heart of yours for no reason. You didn't know that the throne of God, which they say is in the heart of the believer, means the believer is one who finds the perfect human, and they stuff the throne of God into him. The throne of God is in the heart of the believer, meaning how does it pass through the eye of a needle? The throne of God. These words are a joke. They have meaning. This means that 18,000 worlds are under the throne of God. As long as you don't know it. One of the existences says non-existences and existences. They themselves have read in the religions that it is under the throne of God. Do you understand what that means? It means 18,000 worlds of the universe, all of creation, 7 worlds, 7 heavens, all are under this throne of God according to the views of the religions, and its hadith was brought by these idiots themselves. The throne of God is the heart of the believer. Here he is pointing to a very important point. Now find it. Spend another lifetime making a mockery of the nation with books. Find it. You have no more time. It's like that story by Saadi, which is very beautiful. He says a guy ran away, a wolf attacked, the guy ran away. When he ran away, he jumped into a well. When he jumped into the well, a branch of a tree, those little trees that grow from below, you, thank God, have all become apartment dwellers. You don't understand wells. We saw wells in our time. Now your time has passed. All modern and all skipping out, you look and anyway you have apple, everyone has apple. But a well has a place that when you entered it, this little tree would grow out of it. And he jumped into the well out of fear of the wolf. His hand, Saadi says after a few minutes, his eyes got used to the darkness inside the well. He rubbed his eyes and got used to it, and he saw, oh my God, he had run away from the wolf, he had escaped from the president, he had escaped from at your service the Basij, he had escaped from the enforcers of commanding good and forbidding evil. He ran away from the wolf, meaning he escaped from the police force. He jumped into the well. Saadi says he grabbed the branch, and below his feet a mouth, a big dragon, one of these snakes. Its mouth is open to eat him now, and on the other side he hasn't become a restarter or anything. Saadi says he didn't know anything, that his hand was holding onto this little tree, in the tree that grows out of the well. The wolf was waiting above, and the snake's mouth was open below. He says after he got a little used to it, he saw that above this little tree there were 2 mice, black and white. Saadi says they are gnawing at the root of this tree. He said, oh my God, the tree? Black and white mice. Saadi says it means night and day. He is talking about white and day. He says these 2 mice were also eating the branch he was holding. What does that mean? It means this branch will soon slip from his hand. It will be torn off, and definitely into the snake's mouth. The snake's mouth is also open, reading hadith for itself. It has memorized 50,000 hadiths and gives theories, and let's not go to concerts, and let's go to concerts, and the girl's hair is showing, and he says he looked at his left hand and saw a honeycomb. He started eating honey. He says this idiot completely forgot. This honey was such that food and provisions and money and material things and love and chasing girls and this and that, he says it was so attractive to him he had forgotten that those 2 mice of night and day were eating that root, and that the branch would be torn from his hand and he would fall into the mouth of the snake. He didn't know that restart existed. This is exactly what he is saying. Arise and cut off this difficult valley. Attar says arise and meaning get up. Cut off this difficult valley, nay, cut it off from soul and from heart. For as long as you are accompanied by soul and heart, you are a polytheist, and more heedless than the polytheists. For as long as you are accompanied by soul and heart, this is a great point. So here he defines the polytheist. He says a polytheist is someone whose heart is with someone else and whose soul is in another valley. This is the polytheist. You don't know that the soul doesn't have the right to kill itself. Some people have also asked, you cannot commit suicide. The soul is not yours to plunder. Whatever you own, you can beat it to a pulp. The soul is not yours to plunder. Beauty is not yours to plunder. This electron that is spinning around the nucleus, the quark, is not yours that you can even have an opinion about it. You can't even have an opinion about your body, let alone about your soul. You cannot have an opinion about anything. You can't do anything with yourself. Now, let alone giving your life. Well, how else should we cram it into your head that, sir, you are completely misunderstanding? A life can only be given for the perfect human in the time of Jesus. A life could only be given for Jesus. For any son of a bitch you gave your life for, you became a martyr of a stupid purchase. It's very simple. He has explained it. He says, how should it be explained? He is explaining it beautifully. For as long as you are accompanied by soul and heart, you are a polytheist, and more heedless than the polytheists, cast away your soul on the path and offer your heart. Otherwise, turn your work away from self-sufficiency. By God, greater than Persepolis, Rumi, Hafez, this is being lost. This is slipping from our hands, which contains all the messages, and it's clear, every single word of it. In the valley of self-sufficiency, many prophets and many, well, prophet means the same as Mahdi. The Mahdi is the same as the master of the age that you talk about, the Hadi and so on, meaning the prophet. Many got scored on right in the middle of this. Only 2 or 3 perhaps of the perfect humans. All of them completed this valley, but they say, for example, he passed it more coolly, they say it like that. Maybe 2 or 3. This is a very difficult valley. All the perfect humans have passed this valley. This meaning the current perfect human has passed this valley. See what greatness is in that person. Once Moses, before he died, was struck in the valley of self-sufficiency. This is also a story. It's all a story. Moses. All these stories are stories, my dear. The core of the story is important. It is that when he was dying, tears filled his eyes. Asriel said, Sir, may I ask what the problem is that you are upset about? He said, No, I'm not upset. I just remembered something in my heart about what will happen to my people. For example, an order came to take Moses' hand and lead him to the bank of that river, now the Nile. Moses said, Where are you taking me? He said, No, they said not to take your soul for now. Let's go see that place first. He said, Okay, let's go. He went there and he said, Look at the bottom there. He looked and saw a stone with a hole in it. He said, What is that hole? What is that? He saw an ant come out of that hole. We kids used to play with stones. One of these stones had a hole in it, and there was an ant inside. Some idiot kid threw this stone and it fell into the ocean at the very bottom. He said, So? He said, Now, wait and watch. He watched and saw a crab holding a grain of wheat coming. It came and came and came. It went from here down there. It went into that hole and gave this wheat to that ant. He said, Beautiful one, we calculate even that far. Have you seen to the bottom of the earth? Billions upon billions upon billions. I wanted to make this story for next week because the basis of our work is these 2 valleys. Billions upon billions of creatures exist just here, in this very well that you saw. Are you only thinking about your wife and kids? Do you think that if you die, for example, your wife and kids' father will become miserable? No, man, the guy was in Evin prison. He came out and became, for example, president. Just 30 years ago, 8 years ago, he was in Evin prison. Now he's become brazen. This was him. They tortured him, punched him in the nose. This one. This same person has now, for example, got a presidential post. This filth is the same story of Nimrod again. He saved Nimrod in the middle of the sea. What are you saying? This valley is not at all a valley of who was killed or who will be killed. Not at all. From non-existences towards existences, flowing every moment, 100 caravans arrive. Every second, the universe has a heartbeat. The breath that is inhaled is the sustainer of life. The breath of a perfect human that is inhaled is the sustainer of life. And when it is exhaled, it is the joy of the essence. Thus, For every breath, 2 thanks are obligatory. And now, the explanations we gave today, and thank you for listening to the program. From next week, Monday and Thursday, Restart will be broadcast, and on Saturdays, also at 10 a.m. California time, meaning 9:30 p.m., listen to all of them. 10 a.m. California time, 9:30 p.m. Iran time, so that Shaskul Plus and the others can be presented to you. Thanks for your advertisements. Thank you for your kindness. I shouldn't read any thanks because it has nothing to do with me. If I read something for myself, like those friends we help, it has nothing to do with me. Whether you have money or not, you are helping. You don't have it. Why should we keep saying it? This is the same. There are no thanks. You are doing it for yourself. You are doing it for that beautiful one. And both I and you, we are all stuck. We are all stuck. Thank God you are stuck in a place that is not like religion, where you have to go and find it, where you'd go through hell. And we'd go through hell to understand what the matter is and who runs the world. Until next week, I entrust you to that beautiful one of the world, the Iranian perfect human, and it is an honor for you and for me. For me, definitely. For you, I don't know. It is an honor that the most beautiful being in the universe, of whom 18,000 worlds are but a small part, is Iranian. Until next week, farewell.